Hey everyone, today we're going to be continuing our look into physical 4D puzzles, and we're going to be doing that by looking today at the physical 2x3x3x3 or Hyper-Domino-Cube. And this puzzle is, I guess just to start things off, it's a lot older than my Hyper Floppy Cube that I've been recently talking about. This is basically a prototype puzzle that I built coming up on 4 years ago. So I wasn't really concerned about quality or anything when I was making this. I just wanted to build the first ever version of this. But there's still a lot to learn from this puzzle, and in the future, I'm already currently working on improved versions of this and the 3 to the 4 in general. But yeah, let's look into this puzzle, and like we did for the 1x3x3x3, I want to start by looking at the virtual puzzle. All right, so here we are in Magic Puzzle Ultimate, currently looking at the 1x3x3x3 from last video. And so I'm going to go from here and open the 2x3x3x3, which if I center one of these cells, you notice it looks pretty similar. The noticeable difference is that we have a cut running through this extra axis. So if I center one of these cells, it's a cut down the middle here that separates the two halves of the puzzle. And this makes sense because we're going from 1x3x3x3 to 2x3x3x3. So now we have 2 layers in that extra axis. And this is really interesting because it splits up the purple and pink cells. Before, every piece had purple and pink. Now every piece will have either purple or pink. It's just like from one of those halves. So we can do very similar turns to last time. We can do, sorry, let me turn down the animation speed, but we can, oh, not that slow. We can do 180-degree twists like we could before. So if I center one of these cells, it looks exactly the same as the 1x3x3x3. We can also do the 90-degree turns. They'll look kind of like a 3x3 turn. And then we can now do turns of the pink and purple sides because pink and purple are no longer the whole puzzle. They can turn separately from each other. So here I did a twist of the purple cell, but we can twist the purple or pink in any way that a 3x3 can. So like this, or this, and we can do the same with the pink cell. We can rotate it any way that a 3x3 can. Maybe slightly lower animation speed will help, but just any cube rotation is a turn that this outside, or these pink or purple cells can do. And then with understanding the physical puzzle, we'll have those same twists, and we'll also be able to do 180-degree twists of these other faces, these 2x3x3 cells, in 2 different axes. So you can do it this way, or you can do it this way, and we'll have a distinction of those on the physical puzzle. And then we can also do these 90-degree turns like we've been able to before. And we can do that like here, or, of like the outside. We could do it of any of these cells. And that is the 2x3x3x3. So like we saw on the virtual puzzle, the 2x3x3x3 as compared to the 1x3x3x3 has 2 separate sides of the 3x3x3 cells. So there's a pink side and a purple side, or pink cell and purple cell, and then there's all of the other 2x3x3 cells in between. So all the other colors have 2x3x3 cells. Like this middle chunk is all of the pieces that are contained on the yellow cell. Twists of the pink and purple cell are pretty easy. You take off that cell and you can do any kind of 3D rotation with it and stick it back on. And then the cells, or the turns of the other cells, get a little more interesting. So for example, if we wanted to turn this inside cell right now, it has some yellow and blue pieces on it, or yellow and blue stickers on that cell. We can have that kind of removed from the rest of the puzzle and do either 90-degree rotations in this axis, or we can do 180-degree rotations in another axis. And it works out really well that those rotations just work with the symmetries of these pieces that we have. And another interesting thing is that we can do especially those 180-degree rotations more easily on other cells. So if I do this 180-degree rotation and then rotate like this, so doing 2 simultaneous rotations of the pink and purple sides, which just produces a cube rotation. This doesn't change the state of the puzzle at all. Then we can undo that 180-degree rotation by taking off that side and flipping it like that. And to do the other 180-degree rotation, we can kind of shift up and bring back. So if I put this back down, you can see that was that same kind of 180-degree flip of this inside cell, but just with it twisted out to the top. You can also do the 90-degree rotations of kind of the outside cell by doing simultaneous twists like that. And this is the puzzle. Because the puzzle works out so nicely compared to the 2 to the 4 and all of the other hypercuboid series, we don't need any gyros. So these 2 puzzles end up behaving really nicely, and they're really nice solves. So maybe next time I will do another solve of this puzzle to explain a little bit more. But using all of these pieces, or all of these turns that we've talked about today, we have a fully functional physical 2x3x3x3. So once again, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this puzzle, what other content explaining these puzzles you would like to see, and I'll see you guys in the next one.